What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys, and welcome back to Omar BYT, and welcome to the first episode of the Weekend Review Show. This is a new show I'm going to be doing every weekend, preferably on Sundays, but unfortunately, I'm very busy tomorrow, so that's why I wanted to make the debut for this show today. But yeah, show is going to be not just about Barcelona. We're going to be talking about basically everything that's happened in the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, every league in general, basically. And that is the plan for the season. There's a lot of things to really talk about, especially in world football right now. And because of that, I just felt like, and also just to add, this stream is not going to be a closed stream. So it's going to be an open stream. So everybody and anyone can get in. Put the link in the description. So yeah, anyone who's interested, they can talk about their team, no matter what team it is. But yeah, that's really going to be basically it. I'm going to start doing this probably every Sunday because I want to make sure to basically review all of the games in the weekend. And if we can do that, it will be pretty good. So yeah, big up to everybody that's already here. And if you guys like that, like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, guys. And let's go, let's go, let's go. Give me a second. Let me share this video everywhere before we get started. Yeah, love to everyone who's here right now. We got 3 people in here, man. Make sure you guys subscribe, turn on notifications. All right. One sec, guys. Let me just make sure to put this out there. Man, YouTube is crazy right now. Too many stuff happening. Jeez. All right, guys. Let's get into this. So I'm gonna get started in obviously at Barcelona. So we played earlier today. We played against Athletic Bilbao, and we got our second win of the season, our first win of the home game, and it was it ended 2-1. Now there's a lot of things to really talk about, honestly, in my opinion, when it comes to the game. What do I think of the game? I think at the end of the day, what matters is that we got the win. But if you're asking for my opinion, I think we made that game way harder than it really needed to be honest. Barca really, really, really made it difficult on themselves. And we didn't really need to be honest. I think that we were very, very poor in some of the performances. Some of the players, they did well, and certain players didn't. And for that, really, I was very, very disappointed with what I was watching, and specifically when it came down to the front line. Yamal did his thing, and but before we really get started, I would like to really talk about the team, and obviously Lewandowski got the winner in the end, and we got the win. But really, what can I say about that game? To be honest, Barcelona started the game well. I honestly do believe that when it comes down to it, that Athletic Bilbao really started the game better than us. We really started very late in the game, and in the end, what matters is that we got the win. Um, in the end, what really matters is that we ended up getting the win, and when you really look at it that way, it really looks good. But what can I say? Now, first of all, before I get started, I would like to talk about the lineup. The lineup, because I had a lot of issues looking at the lineup today. I'm gonna be very honest with you. Um, we, sorry, we we started the game very, very poorly. I'll be very, very honest. And man, this app is very, very slow right now. It's still doing. There we go. Anyway, so this was the lineup for both teams, and I'm gonna be very honest, right? This lineup was okay, but there's a lot of things I didn't like about this lineup. Specifically, the fact that we had Ferran Torres in the team again, and we had flipping Pedri playing partner in Mark Bernal. Now I don't know if this is Hansi Flick's plan for the season. Maybe he plans on maybe playing Dani Olmo in the 10, and he's trying to basically experiment playing Pedri out there in the midfield on his own. But for me, I feel like he really didn't really do that well. Now, don't get me wrong, it's he basically got the assist for the second goal, but in the first half he was very poor. And speaking of the first half, we didn't start well, but in the end, we did well when we took the lead, thanks to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal scored an incredible goal, man. What a goal. What a player, man. This kid is just unbelievable. He's just unbelievable. Like some of the things that he does, it's just on another level. It really is. It really is. Big up my brother. But yeah, he what he does is just incredible. Like he's so young, but you can see like he's improving on like the things that he wasn't good at. Because a lot of the issues that I had with like Yamal was that he had everything else going for him. He had the pace, he had the speed, he had the speed, he had the skill. He was an amazing dribbler, but his finishing didn't look that good last season, and we saw him in the Euro score an amazing goal, and we've seen him score another amazing goal today. So what that tells me is that he's improving on what he needs to improve on, and that is very, very good as a Barcelona fan to see. I am very, very happy to hear that, to be very honest with you. But to be perfectly honest, I think that Barca need to improve. And speaking of players that have improved, Robert Lewandowski again scoring again today. Another goal today, man. This guy, bro. Like, I'm gonna be very honest, we do need him. I'm very happy that he's in a very good form. 3 goals in 2 games. Can't complain. Cannot complain about that at all. Like, we definitely need him to step up because out of this attack really needs him. Our attack needs him desperately. So the fact that we're doing this well with the players that we do have right now, it brings a lot of positivity for me as a Barcelona fan seeing this. Now, some of the positives, another one who was very, very positive today when I was watching them was Rafinha. For me, he was the man of the match. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I know Yamal got a goal. I know Lewandowski got the winner, but for me, I think that Rafinha was the man of the match. He was involved in everything today that went well for us. Every single thing. Every single thing. Every single pass, every single run. He was there. He was everywhere. He was in the middle. He was out in the wings. Like he was performing to a high level today. And big up to him. Like obviously, with like all the talks about the attackers this season that we have, at the end of the day, we need players like him to step up. That's the truth. We need players like him to step up this season. And for me, in the midfield, I think that today Mark Bernal was very, very great. I actually like Bernal today. He did his thing today. He was very, very good. with some of his movement. He was very, very good with his with the things that he was doing today. Like I have nothing really negative to say about him. Now Pedri didn't have a bad game, but I would chuck his form down to maybe him coming back from injury. That's how I would look at it. But I believe that Pedri, that this is going to be his position this season, especially when Omo gets to the team, because I think Omo will be the one dealing in that 10 position today. But another thing that really impressed me about the team today was the fullbacks, and I mean both of them. It's not just one. Like Kunde and Balde, top, 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 top class today. Have zero complaints about them today. They really gave it their all today, man. Like I can't hate. Like Kunde is not a natural right back, but to be honest with you, he did his job and he did it very, very well. He was going forward. His crosses were not good. And that is really the negatives for me as far as him being a fullback is concerned. His defensively, no problems. Going forward, he can go forward, but his crossing is not there at all. And that is why, for me, I would like to see us get a right back who can preferably cross, because that is what Hansi Flick is trying to play with. Because you can see, like, so far from what we've seen from his formation, that he wants to play the attacking fullbacks. So yeah, Alejandro Balde once again, 2 games out of 2, top, 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 absolutely amazing. Was trying his best. Like honestly, on this left side, for me, he was the one. Like this guy, I'll get onto him. But as far as this left side is concerned, he was controlling everything. He was the guy that was everything was going past. It was him. So big up to Alejandro Balde. We definitely need players like him this season. It just worries me because he does have a poor injury record. Like what's gonna happen? Like I'm very, very worried about him possibly getting injured for the season. Like I hope that he can remain fit, because we definitely do need him. We definitely do. We definitely do, guys. Now, in the center back positions, obviously Kobashi gave away the penalty today. Yeah, it was a very, very easy penalty, to be honest. But hey, at the end of the day, apart from the penalty, I can't really have any complaints about Kobashi. Inigo Martinez was probably the better defender today. I can't really say much about him today. Like he didn't do any wrong today. Personally, he was doing his thing, and as a Barca fan, that's good to see, because with all the injuries that we're having right now, with all of the players that we have right now, we do definitely need center backs to perform, because, like I said, we don't have Christensen. Apparently, he's out for 2 months. Araujo is not expected to be back until mid September, right? And right now, our center backs are Eric Garcia, Inigo Martinez, and Kobashi. And is that it? Am I missing someone? I don't wanna get this wrong. Yeah, basically that's it. And I guess Hector Fort. That is our center backs right now as things stand. What are we gonna do? But give me a second, guys. I don't know. Apologies for that, guys. Had some alarms going off in my living room. Anyway, as I was saying, for me, the center back partnership was very, very good, and there was a lot of improvements that we really need to do. Now, are we going to do it? I'll talk about that later. Just Stegen, goalkeeper, didn't really do anything much wrong today. Did his job. Could have done better for the penalty, but hey, it is a penalty. So what are you going to do? I would say this, but now to talk about some of the players for me who did not perform. But before I talk about that, let's talk about the bench. Obviously, we saw Fermin Lopez come in, and when he came on, really didn't do much wrong. To be very, very honest, did his job. Like no complaints at all, absolutely none. Like he was trying some things in the team. So yeah, big up to him. Eric Garcia played as a defensive midfielder. He came in for Mark Bernal. Nothing really. Can't really say much about him. Gerard Martin, the same thing. Paul Victor also came in 90 minutes. Really didn't do much. Didn't have much time to really do anything. So I can't really, go in on them too much. But oh man. Anyway, but yeah. Now for somebody, let's talk about for me the player ratings. I would start with the goalkeepers. For me, I would give Ter Stegen a standard 6 out of 10. Really didn't do much. Could have done better in the penalty. At right back, Kunde, I'll give him a 8 because he did well going forward. Good was good defensively. Centre back Kobashi, probably give him a 6. Gave away the penalty. Didn't really do that bad, but improve needs to improve. Inigo Martinez, give him a 7. I'll give him a 7. Didn't do anything wrong. Standard 7 out of 10. I would give Alejandro Balde, for me, in that midfield. I'll probably give in this fullback. I'll give him an 8, just like Kunde, because I feel like he did the same job as Kunde. So I can really go as far as giving him more than that. Now Pedri, I would give Pedri, because of his performance and his involvement in goal. I'll probably just give him a standard 7. And that's me being nice. I'm gonna be very honest because he didn't really do much for me. Mark Bernal, I'll probably give him a 7 as well. He did his job. Lamine Yamal, for me, 9. I'll give him a 9 out of 10. For me, Rafinha was the man of the match. I'll give him a 10. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. He was doing everything. Like, he was involved. This guy on the left, he's gonna get the lowest rating for me. I'm gonna give him a 4. Honestly, Ferran Torres did nothing. Nothing in this game. Absolutely no. I genuinely can't remember the last time he actually did anything in the game. So I have to be real. He didn't do anything for me to warrant him giving him more than a 4. And Lewandowski as the striker, I would give him a 9 as well. Got the winner. Was given the man of the match by Footmob, but it is what it is. Now in the bench, I would give Fermin Lopez a standard 6. Didn't really do much in the game. Eric Garcia didn't do much in the game. Standard 5. And the same thing applies for Gerard Martins and Paul Victor. Now, before I really go to the other games that I want to talk about, I would like to talk about the Bilbao team. Now, Bilbao, they were not threatening. I'm going to be very honest with you. Even though we won narrowly, there was at no point where I felt like we were under threat. I'm gonna be very honest. Like, they huffed and puffed, but there was never really like a point where I felt like the team was in trouble. So because of that, I will be very honest with you. They need to really improve on their. They need to improve because so far from the 2 games they played, they've been poor, very poor. Big up my guy Ralph. What's going on?
Hey, I'm very good. So right now I just got like 3 minutes because I gotta do something with the live stream. But
Go
after that,
ahead.
I just saw for like Barcelona versus Atletico. I mean, Jules Conde has something about it. I mean, he's like at a great talent. Because he does like at a great often because he has like unless something that happens in nowhere because he's gonna be like one of the best signings of all the
Mm,
history of the Barcelona. But one against like a tough opponent with even some miss like a lot of chances, an unlucky goal post. I mean, and some of the best players are still in Europe, but this is like great stuff, but they couldn't have anything better because given like the outside noises and issues, I mean, La Masia, Kunde, Rafinha, Pedri, I mean, they put a lot of respect on Rafinha's name because they have a great, enormous defense of us for the fantastic performance because they should have like a few more goals, but between for the combination between Xavi and Flick when it comes to speed, precision, rotations, dependence, and attack, most important the fun to watch because right now the whole team is coming back. I mean, the whole bus is playing is back because they just brought like a great opportunity to see how the UEFA Champions League is gonna to adapt himself, but also it reminds like the golden days of Barcelona Football Club, which is like the decade of 2010. So
Mhm.
I'm very glad that Barcelona gives like getting like a great opportunity because I know it's gonna be like really slower, but they just
Mhm.
need to adapt it like more enough to see like it will really come back.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean. And when it comes to Kunde, I prefer him as center back. I think that his best positioning is center back, and that is why I've been screaming the whole summer, like for us to get a right back. Because even though yes, can he do a job as a right back? He can do a job defensively, but offensively is where the problem is. Because you could see when he was going offensively, his crosses were poor. Like, bro, this guy cannot cross. Like, bro, he can't cross a road. I'm being dead serious. This guy cannot cross. Like I remember him having like an open chance where he could cross the ball. He literally kicked it out for a goal kick. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, you're good at everything else, but that is where your issue is, right? And I don't blame you because you're not a right back. You understand what I'm saying? You are like, if there's a right back I could compare him to, he's like Wan-Bissaka for United or now West Ham, where he's good at defensive work, but bro, tell him to go forward. He doesn't know what to do. You understand what I'm saying? And I'll say this, right? I do like so far what Hansi Flick has been doing with like Mark Bernal and Mark Casado and Gerard Martins and all of these youngsters, giving them opportunities to do something, right? And long may it continue for me. I hope that we can improve and continue doing what we're doing. However, the youngsters are not going to help us win the league against what we are challenging against. Like if you look at Real Madrid with the team that they have, you look at what Atletico are building, right? They are building something really, really
Yeah,
dangerous, right? You've got in the
yeah, exactly.
Champions League, it's on another level. Like we need signings, we need more, we need another attacker, we
Mhm.
need a right back, we need a midfielder. Like there's a lot of areas that we need to improve before this window is over, or else we're gonna be poor. Because I'm gonna be very honest with you, from right now, we've only played Bilbao and Valencia, and with all due respect to those two teams, they are not it yet. Like I was not convinced with Bilbao when they were playing against Getafe at home. They were very poor and should have lost the game. You understand what I'm saying? And Valencia, who we beat in the opening
Yeah,
game, lost 3-1 to Celta Vigo on Friday. Like they got destroyed. So I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, listen, that's who we've played so far. We have not played any good teams yet. Once we get to playing like the Atleticos, Real Sociedads, right? Real Betis, Real Madrid, like that is when we're gonna get tested. So I need to see
yeah.
us improve, and we need to get Danny Olmo in this team. Like we need to get him in the team ASAP, because I'm telling you, I'm trying to be positive, but there's still a lot to do in this team. That's really how I really look at it. But yeah,
I mean, that's a really fact. But also because I'm gonna be like short right now because I had to do
yeah,
something about for the dinner. But
yeah,
it was
absolutely.
like a pressure to having me on this one, Omar, talking
Oh
about for
yeah, yeah,
soccer.
sure, of course, of
But
course.
I just
I'm
wanted
gonna be
to
doing this.
jump on
I'm
it.
gonna Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
and I'm gonna be doing this. It's like a weekend
Yeah.
review, so I'm gonna be doing it probably every Saturday, every Sunday. So if you can hop in, just hop in, man, anytime.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 my
Okay.
guy.
Okay. So much love to you, brother. Big up. So salute to you.
Take care, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, man. Big up to Rob, man. Go subscribe to his channel, man. One of my favorite guys in this platform. Anyway, just to continue where I was coming from, right? You see, when it comes to the Bilbao team, bro, their attack is so bad. Like they don't have a good attack at all. Yeah, peace out, my guy. Become Nielsen. But yeah, when it comes to Athletic Bilbao, like their attack is it's not good at all, man. Like I'm gonna be very honest. Apart from Nico Williams, like nobody else really felt like a threat. Like maybe Alex Berenga might have been trying something. He was the one that was fouled for the penalty, but even he didn't do anything. Una Sanchez, apart from the penalty which he scored, literally did nothing, zero throughout the game. And don't get me even started on this guy. Like this guy has spent more time in the game whining. He spent more time whining than actually trying to score. Like, bro, you're the striker, you're the captain. Like, bruv, it's actually crazy to me, like how bad this team is. Look, I'm gonna be very honest with you, right? You see, when it comes to Nico, I don't think Nico is world class. I don't think he's the best winger in the world. I don't think of him or any of all those things. However, he's the best attacker that they have, that Bilbao have. And to be honest with you, bro, he was pocketed by Kunde. Absolutely pocketed, couldn't do anything. He was trying. Like he wanted to do stuff, but bro, you couldn't do anything. It was him against the whole team. Like Kunde was literally having the time of his life against him today. That's why I gave him such a good rating today, Kunde, because he was doing his defensive work and he was doing it extremely well. But yeah, Nico Williams, bro. Like honestly, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Nielsen, they need to really improve. Like this Bilbao team, the way they started, and listen, I'm gonna say it. Now I know their manager is somebody who I'm very, very familiar with. And for those of you who know, you know. When it comes to Bilbao, they have Valverde, who, let's be honest, bro, I fucking hate that guy. Fucking hate him. Like that guy gave me two of the most embarrassing years of my life, so I have never forgotten about him. But for me, like I said, just to summarize, it was a great win. 2 wins out of 2, great. Still top of the league, great. I'm happy. We are still maintaining our good form. However, 2 wins out of 2 were not convincing at all, both of them. So we really need to improve on this. We really need to wake up, because I'm telling you guys, we can't continue playing like this forever, man. Like we will get exposed. We will. It's just a matter of time. Like we have not, the two teams we played are not, they're not really, they're not really anything to write about at all. So we really need to wake up and realize there's still a lot to do in this team. But listen, to leave for 1 second, let's talk about another game. Now let's talk about the first game of this week. That was this one right here. Celta Vigo played against Valencia 3-1. Now, I actually got a glimpse of this game, and just like last week, Celta Vigo came from behind and they won the game 3-1, and they amazing game, like amazing goals in the game, amazing performance. Oscar Mingueza, former Barcelona center back, Iago Aspas, once again rolling back the years, like amazing. Like they were very, very good. But Valencia, bro, we need to talk about this. Valencia are fucked this season, bro. Like that guy who's the current guy who's their owner, bro. That guy, bro, he's fucking ruined that club. Like I actually feel bad for Valencia, because Valencia, people who don't realize, like people who never watched La Liga in the early 2000s will never know how good this Valencia team were, bro. Like Valencia were like they were the third best team in Spain. Before Atletico, it was Valencia. And unlike Atletico, like bro, no. So let me put it this way. They were in the early 2000s, they were the equivalent of what Atletico Madrid was back in the 2010s, when they would win the league, but they would also be in the Champions League and they would challenge for the Champions League. They went to two finals. They went to two back-to-back finals. People forget, like Valencia were that team. And to see now how they've declined is sad as a football fan. It really is. But really, they need to improve because this team is so putrid. Look at the team that they have right now. And I will say this though, when it comes to Celta Vigo, like last season under Benitez, awful to watch. I thought they were going to get relegated. Like, bro, they were looking like they were going to get relegated. But somehow they got it. They somehow found a way, sacked Benitez, and then they actually got some few results and then stayed in the league. And look at them now. They're top of the league. 6 points out of 6, just like Barca. So they need to, I'm happy for them. And another game that I want to talk about, and this is actually a game I was live for, this right here. This game was, I would, hold on, give me a sec before I talk about it. Now, this game, I actually watched this game live. And, bro, I'm not going to lie. It was an amazing game. Really amazing game. Like, the way both of these teams performed today, yesterday. Like, I'll say this. My honest opinion, Sevilla, bro, are awful right now. They're putrid. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they deserve to lose yesterday. Like, the defense was absolutely hideous. Like the way, like the like Villarreal, don't get me wrong, didn't get a lot of chances, especially in the second half. But the chance, like the space the guys like Arnold Danjuma were having, like, bro, they scored with their first attack. Like Alex Benia, like I've been telling people about this kid. Like he is such an underrated kid. Like, bro, amazing player. I would love to see him. Like, I think that people don't really watch him enough, and if they did, they would actually be surprised with what they see. But look at this team. Now, I'm gonna be very honest. When I watch this game live, so I can give you my honest assessment. First assessment that I would like to talk about is the striker for Sevilla. He has to go, man. He has to go. He has to go. Like this guy, right, bro? He did absolutely fuck all in the game against Villarreal. He was arguably the worst player on the pitch. They need a new striker. I'm gonna be very honest with you. This Isaac Moreno, not that guy. Absolutely not. And as far as the attack is concerned, apart from Luca Bacchio, nobody else did anything. I mean, Saul Niguez, he made a few good passes, but really, apart from that, nothing. Nothing. So for me, this Sevilla team, I mean, I thought that they might maybe challenge for top 6, but bro, the way it's looking now, I don't think so. I don't think so. Like I've not been impressed with what I've seen so far from this Sevilla team. Not at the slightest. Now I can't say the same about this Villarreal team. You know what Villarreal, right? Villarreal's transfer business is very, very odd because Obviously, Arnold Danjuma was one of their better players in the past few seasons. He looked like he went to the Premier League, joined Everton and Tottenham. Didn't do anything in either of those teams. But listen, came back to the league, and what can I say, guys? He scored an amazing goal. Amazing goal. Like, I've already mentioned him before, but Alex Benya, bro, with an amazing pass to Arnold Danjuma, and then Arnold Danjuma just one touch finishes. And then the game slowed down for Villarreal. Sevilla were the ones that were controlling that first half. And then I literally out of nowhere, look at Bakio with the volley. Ah, bro, they were like all the three goals were incredible. Like all three goals were just beautiful to see. Absolutely beautiful. Like look at Bakio, the ball. Was it Sao? Who assisted the goal? Was it Sao Niguez? I don't want to get it wrong. Is it Sao Niguez who actually assisted the goal? It might have been. But it was an amazing, like, long ball, right? Luka Bacchio lets the ball, like, bounce, like, land on the floor. One bounce, and then literally just volley the hell out of it. Amazing goal. And the second half was absolutely putrid. Like, bro, that game was so bad in the second half, bro. And this is me having high standards because both teams were trying to go for it. But in the end, there was not much attacking. There was no back and forth like I expected to see. But in the end, Jose Perez came from the bench and then got the goal. Like, bro, that goal was ridiculous because he literally had all of the time. Like, it was a beautiful cross into the box. I don't know who it was. Who was it? Was it Jeremy Pino who actually crossed it? It might have been him, but literally, like, he crossed it. The ball. He has the ball, and then one bounce, and then he literally like struck it. Like the way Jose Perez scored that goal, right? He had all of the time, and that was what confused me. Like, bro, it felt like he had so much time to really like take his time, like just the ball, look at the post, look at where the goalkeeper is in, and then just fire it. But in the end, it is what it is. He got they got the goal and they got the win, and that is what matters. Now, I actually, apart from that game, really, I didn't really watch the Espanyol Villarreal game. I'm sorry, Espanyol Real Sociedad game, but I did see that Espanyol actually scored very late. Takafusha Kubo scoring the goal, and was very very happy for them. They did well. Congratulations to Real Sociedad. I'm expecting them to challenge for top four. I have already said, for me, my top four, for me, that's my top four. I believe that it's going to be Real Madrid, Atletico, Barcelona, and Real Sociedad. So we'll see. But really, when you look at the table, what do we see? Celta Vigo, like I said, there we go. So Celta Vigo, 6 points out of 6. Barca 6 points out of 6. But like I said, Celta Vigo with goal difference getting the north over Barcelona. Villarreal finishing currently third with 4 points. We got Osasuna with 4. Rayo Vallecano. Rayo Vallecano actually, you know what? I actually saw this. They actually played Getafe and it was a 0-0 draw. And bro, I didn't watch the game, but I saw the stats, right? Apparently, there was no shot on target in that game. That is crazy, bro. How boring could a team be? But yeah, Real Valladolid, who are playing Madrid this tomorrow, they're currently 6th. You got Real Sociedad, who actually lost their first game. This actually was a surprise. I didn't even notice. But yeah, Getafe drawing 2 out of 2. Las Palmas getting the draw against Sevilla last week. They're playing Las Palmas tomorrow. I'm sorry, they're playing Leganes tomorrow. We got Atletico, who drew against Villarreal in the opening game. They're playing Girona. That's going to be a very, very good game. And speaking of Girona, they're actually behind Atletico, and they actually a point. They got a point against Real Betis, and we got Leganes who are playing Las Palmas tomorrow, and Real Betis who are playing Alaves tomorrow. So that's a very interesting. That's very interesting. And and then we got Madrid who are playing Valladolid, like I said. And this really you know shows you what to expect this season. It's gonna be a very interesting season. Now let's leave La Liga for a second. I want to talk about the Premier League. Now there were a lot of games this weekend, and the first one I want to talk about is this one. I'm not joking when I say this, right? I have never in my life, in my entire life as a Barcelona fan, as a football fan, right? I have never been so confident of a team losing. Like, bro, ever since I found out that Brighton were playing United, I spoke to Sunshine, I spoke to Flawless, I even spoke to Scoopy, spoke to all of them. And you know what I told them? I told them they were going to get smoked by Brighton. I said it. I told them. Like, bro, this is Brighton and Hove Albion that we're talking about, right? But I was so comfortably certain. I was never so certain that a team would lose. There was no point in my mind, where I thought at all, at some point, that I thought, maybe, just maybe, maybe Brighton might lose. Maybe Manchester United might finally wake up. There was no point that I felt that way. And bro, they lost the game in the 95th minute thanks to João Pedro. And I'm going to say, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Look at this Brighton team. This is my team this season. Anyone who knows, knows. I've already said it before, I'll say it again. Brighton are the team I'm looking at this season. For me, they're the most exciting team in the league. And it's not just because they have Yankuba Minte. It's not just because they have Yankuba Minte. It's because of the manager that they have as well. I actually rate the manager, the manager that they have. I think he might be American. Was he born in America? He might have been born in America. But that team that you're looking at there, right? Look at that Brighton team. You got Jason Steele in goal. Lewis Dunk, Van Henke. We got Veltman. We got Heshenwood, Billy Gilmore, and James flipping Milner, bro. Like James, how old is James? Bro, James Milner is 38. 38 years old, bro, and he was dominating that midfield. Nah, man. Nah. Like James flipping Milner, ladies and gentlemen. James Milner. Bro, like, I'm not joking when I say this, right? But Manchester United are in big trouble this season. They are. I'm not hearing anyone's opinion. Manchester United are in trouble this season. Bro, where are Manchester United gonna get their goals this season? I'm being dead serious. Like where? Where? Xerxes, Rashford, Anthony, Ahmad. Like who's gonna score the Manchester United's goals this season? I'm I'm actually like I you know what, right? Because I'm not gonna lie, Manchester United and Barcelona's issues are not that different. However, when you look at this Brighton team, right? How am I so certain? Like, why am I so confident that the Manchester United, cannot defeat a team like this? Like, they had Yankuba Minte, who actually once again did his thing. You had Jean Pedro with the goal, a player actually very well. Mitoma, Karu Mitoma, another player who I actually rate. And then you got Danny Welbeck, bro. This like I like this should have been this should have not been a certainty, but I was so certain that they were gonna lose to these lot from weeks. And I swear, bro, you can talk to guys like Flawless and all these guys. Listen, I'll talk to Flawless on Monday when he does his fan calling show. He'll tell you, like, they are very, 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 very shit. And look at the United team. Like, like this United team, right, is peak. It really is. I mean, the center back pairing of Maguire and Maguire. Like, dude, this brother, right? If you know what, I could always say this, and I will die by this logic. You see United, right? Maguire is English tax. I don't care what anybody tells me. If this brother was not English, he would have been kicked out of that United team years ago. And I'll get on to the manager. Don't worry about it, because I'm gonna grill every single one of these United players. Diego Dalot is actually a player who I like. I actually rate him. Lisandro, I rate as well. Mazraoui, I remember he was linked with us when he was at Ajax, but injuries has really slowed him down. Casemiro, I mean, listen, Casemiro is still Casemiro, but he's not Casemiro. But he can still do a job, and this kid is a baller. But this attack, this United attack smells, bro. Like, this guy, right? He's done. He is done in the top level. And the highest of high levels, bro, this guy is done. He needs to leave United. Bro, it's time. Like, do you see this whole attachment to players, bro? I don't understand it. Football is a business. You do your job. If you don't do your job, get out. And this guy right here, another one of the most overrated players I've ever met. Like, seriously, this brother is so overrated. It's actually like a joke. I don't know why people rate this guy so much. I've never understood it. And I've been watching him for years, since his time at Chelsea. Even Chelsea fans, like actual Chelsea fans who watch him, don't rate this dude. The only reason Chelsea fans used to talk about this guy is because he was a is it Carbon graduate or something? Just like basically it's the same people that rate Gallagher were the same people who rated Mason Mount. And Ahmad is in this attack, he's probably the only one I would take. And he actually did well. He got the goal. He stepped up, did his thing. And this guy right here, like, bro, Manchester United, bro. There's one player in this team who represents how much Manchester United have fallen for me, is this man right here. This guy right here. This man, right? I don't know what the hype is on this dude. For years, as a football fan, watching football, right? I have never understood the hype on this dude. Because I remember him when he was at Sporting, right? Everybody used to talk about him. And I used to go and talk to Sporting fans. And Sporting fans, bro, even they didn't understand it. Not that he wasn't doing his thing in the league, but that's the thing, bro. His stats were so good because he was challenging for the Golden Boot when he was in the league over there, Liga Nos. But it's funny how when he left Sporting Lisbon, they went on to win the league the following season. And this brother, right? If you look at his stats at United, I promise you, go and check this brother's stats. This brother, right, has played for Manchester United, scored 79 goals. 79, bro. What? Please, let's go and check how many of those goals were penalties. Please. Please, like I hope someone in here can actually tell me how many of those were penalties. I promise you that somebody it would be more than 40%. I promise it will be more than 40%. I promise you. I promise you, bro. Like this brother, right? I remember there was some, like, I will never forget, like, the season he went to United, right? Because there was a time that there was like people who were sitting there saying, well, he could. There's a basically, I don't know what the whole thing was. It was a bunch of bullshit. But there was a point that they were actually linking it with Barca. I said, nah, fuck that. Nah, 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 nah. Absolutely not. I'm good. No thanks. But that's the thing. And you know what, right? I need to, because I have a lot to say about this United team. I'm not done. Let me continue. Let's look at the bench. Look at the players who came on. This guy scored in the last game, right? This guy scored in the last game. And Erik ten Hag thought, we're playing against Brighton, who are notoriously good at attacking. I'm going to play against Brighton and Hove Albion without a striker. When I just got brought in a striker who scored on his debut. Confidence is absolutely on the roof. And then he decides, yeah, nah, screw that. I know what I'm doing. All right, no problem. No problem. You're the boss. You're the fucking boss. And I'll get into Ten Hag. You know what? I'll talk about Ten Hag, but let me just finish this area, right? Xerxes came on, and honestly, didn't really do much. Was trying to do something, but nothing. Like it's funny how Ten Hag only found out about his mistake after they were 1-0 down at halftime. He decided, yeah, we actually need an attacker because none of our attackers are doing fuck all in this team. And then he brings in this guy. Another one. This guy. You see this United team, right? It's so filled with so many overhyped footballers. It's actually this like it's actually crazy to me as a Barca fan. And I'm a Barca fan. Like, you would think that, hey, you people who be sitting here saying, "Oh, you are one to talk." No, 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 no. I'm gonna say whatever I fucking want. It's my fucking channel. You don't like it? Fuck off. But this brother is one of the most overrated players I've ever seen, bro. This guy, right? If he's not scoring, he's doing zero. Nothing. Nothing. He's literally doing nothing in the game. And this is not just today. Every time I watch this guy play, right? If he's not scoring and doing the Ronaldo celebration, he's literally doing nothing in the game. This is why, like, a lot of United fans are so, like, They just giving up because this is their team right now. And this guy didn't do much in the game, and neither did this dude. Oh, this guy McTominay. Bro, why didn't they sell this guy to Fulham? I will not say much about him. But I do have a lot to say about this guy right here. You see, if there's one player in this United team that symbolizes how much Manchester United have declined, it's this guy right here. You see, there's a lot of things that as a football fan, right, I don't understand. I don't understand why Bruno Fernandes is rated the way he is. I don't understand why basically the earth is the sky is blue. I don't understand why is it that the ocean is so dark. But you know another thing I don't understand? I don't understand how this guy still plays for Manchester United. This guy right here has probably been one of the worst signings I've ever seen play for Manchester United. And I've seen so many shit players put on a Manchester United shirt. This guy is legitimately one of the worst footballers I've ever seen wear a Manchester United jersey. I've been watching Manchester United since 2005, guys. Since 2005. I've never seen a player like him. He reeks. Absolutely reeks. Like anyone, like, you know what, right? As a football fan, it really pisses me off. It really makes me angry. Just as a neutral, right? How this brother right here, right, has somehow managed to always find a way to play for Manchester United. When you have a player like Jadon Sancho, who you're barely even given a chance to. Like, you know what, right? You see Ten Hag, that is what really and I'm not even a United fan, so I can't even imagine how United fans feel about it. This is what makes me so angry with Ten Hag. You see, Ten Hag spent his whole time, right, giving guys like, I'm gonna call his name, I don't give a fuck. Because this is my channel. So I'm calling his fucking name. What's his name? Mason Greenwood? That whole situation when it happened was completely kicked out of the squad. And rightfully so. Don't get me wrong. Rightfully so. You need to be out of the team. Get out. What you did was messed up. That whole situation was fixed. But it was too late for Mason. His career is over. And also, he now switched allegiances to Jamaica. So good for him. Looking forward to seeing him in the Gold Cup. But you look at this United, you look at this guy, right? He's done nothing as a Manchester United player. Fucking nothing. Nothing to really remember. Bro, this guy is more like this guy, right? You know how bad he is? He's so bad that literally in the beginning of the season, there were memes about this guy going around on YouTube of people putting his face in Ronaldo's body, bro. I know every one of you guys have seen it. That's how shit this dude is. Not to mention some of his things he's been doing outside of the football. Big up my guy Dabs. But somehow, this guy has always weathered the storm for Manchester United. Every single time. Every time when I think, yeah, he's done. Ten Hag, bro. And I'll get into fucking Ten Hag. I'm taking my time. Because I'm going to get to Ten Hag, bro. I will get to Ten Hag. What's good? I'm good, man. I'm good. Just doing my first weekend review. It's basically a show where I'm just doing not only doing Premier League. I'm doing like all the leagues now. So this show is like I'm gonna be talking about La Liga. I'm gonna be talking about anything that happens in world football. I'm just gonna give my opinions. So yeah, and also it's an open stream, so you can get in if you're interested. Big up to my guy Dabs. Go subscribe to him, guys. Go subscribe to my guy Dabs, okay? But yeah, this guy right here, right? I swear to God, one of the worst footballers I've ever seen play for United. And bro, he is a representation of why United are never going to go forward. I'm being dead serious. He is the representation. He is the profile. He is he's the reason why United. If there's any example why Manchester United are never going to go anywhere, is this guy. As long as this guy plays for United, I don't see United ever doing anything. Nothing. Fuck all. But yeah, I'm done with this dude. Get him out of my screen. Now it's time for us to talk about this fraud right here. You see you, yeah? You fucking ball fraud. I'm not even a Manchester United fan, and your face even pisses me off. You see you, right? This guy, he reminds me so much of Van Gaal. This guy is literally Van Gaal at Barcelona. This dude right here, I swear to God, this brother, right? He is what Ten Hag, what Erik Van Gaal was at Barcelona when he was treating Rivaldo like shit. This dude right here, like this guy, right? This guy, right? I have to give it to him because every time when I think he can't survive, he's gonna get sacked. He's gonna leave. Something is gonna happen and he's gonna get sacked. The United finally gonna be free of him. Dude, this guy somehow, some way, always manages to somehow survive. He's literally a cockroach. He's a cockroach, bro. This guy, right? The whole of last season, he was breaking records and not the good kind. Hey, big up, Dabs. You're on mute right now, by the way.
Yeah, big up, bro. What's up? What's good?
Hey, man, I'm good. What's going on with you?
Not much, man. I just finished doing finished reviewing the games from today, and I'm just worried about our game tomorrow, man. Brentford are a tough team, bro.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
bro,
yeah. So yeah,
we have that. We have
you guys are playing
some
Brentford on tomorrow, right? At home. Actually, it's today
yeah,
in some areas. Yes. So
yeah,
what are you so worried about, to be honest, when it comes to?
bro. I don't know. We have not made any signing. First of all, we don't have any new signings. We have our midfield right now. I'm not sure about the strength of our midfield because if you look at Brentford in the first game against Crystal Palace, bro, those guys are rough. Those guys are rough. They have some sharp and quick, tasty attackers like Mbuemo and Wisa, especially those two.
And
And I
Tony,
don't know if Tony is going to play the game. I'm not sure if they brought him back to the squad or something like that because the coach left him out. He has some agreements with some club last week.
oh, I see. Okay.
I don't know if he's going to play tomorrow. Hopefully, he doesn't play. But like the Wisa guy, Wisa always scores against us. I think the last two seasons, I think he has scored against us. So I still think we should win. I still think we have enough to beat them, but those guys are tough, man.
Honestly, my opinion about Liverpool against Brentford, I think that the fact that you guys are playing at home, you should be more confident because you're at home. And also, you guys did win your game on your opening game against Ipswich. I know it's just Ipswich, but you got the job done. And also, I would say this, right? Salah did well in the opening game. Now that's where I would say the positives end, because I would say this about Liverpool, right? You guys really need more. You need more. Like, bro, you are not this cannot continue. I mean, this is the thing. I'll be honest with you. You see how the league right now looks, right? I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teams having issues. Now you've seen what I've just talked about with United. I'll talk about them with you later. But you see, when it comes to all the teams right now, like the Chelseas, the United, the Tottenhams, all of these teams, right? They all have their issues. However, you have an issue as well, and you have not resolved yours because you still haven't signed anyone, and you need signings. Like you need a
Bro,
midfielder. You just
you
got
need a DM.
rejected by Zuba, and
Exactly.
your attackers, apart from Salah, literally everybody else is just further, and maybe Jota as well. Yeah, Salah and Jota. Really, it's
You know
really
what?
them too.
We just know
Mhm.
I thought if only they had bought like a DM, a new DM for him. For example, if we got Zubimendi, and if we got like a left back, I think we have enough to challenge for the Premier League. This is
I think you do
just
because honestly, the league is not as strong as it was in the past. You understand what I'm saying, right? So
yeah.
I just feel like it's just a few players that if you guys had a few good players in the good positions, that you would be able to challenge for the league. But the problem is this: you guys have the people who run your club are absolute clowns. The owners of the club are clowns, right? I don't understand like I don't understand how like I know I've been frustrated as a Barca fan because we didn't sign anyone, but we've just signed Danny Olmo. But you guys have issues as well, and your issues are even worse than ours because you guys have so many players who are underperformed last season who are still there and players that need to be replaced. That honestly, you guys, it's really peak for you guys. Now, when it comes to tomorrow's game, I still see you guys winning. Honestly, I see you guys winning comfortably. I don't know why, but I just think that you guys will win comfortably. I think you guys will. Honestly, I see you
Wait for
guys
the
winning. I think you guys are going to win
wait for
3
the
0. That's my prediction for the game. I think 3 0.
yeah.
I
I
think,
predicted 3-0 or 3-1. Or now because it's Anfield. It was an away game. Trust me, I'm not so confident. But because it's the
yeah, me
first
too.
game, the game will be loud and stuff like that. And Salah is on form right now, so I think we're gonna smoke them. But yeah, we still need some improvement into the team. For example,
Right. Mhm.
for example, now they just confirmed. If you see from Fabrizio Romano, they just said the new goalkeeper that Allison. They told Allison about it, and he said it's a good idea. So
Mhm.
basically, that's just telling us that the other
Yeah.
keeper, Keller, is going to be sold
Correct.
next summer. Mama,
So,
Mama, the league.
but yeah, speaking of Allison, he's confirmed that apparently he did reject clubs. It's Saudi Arabia, and he's
Yeah,
basically
yeah. He's
told the
going to
club
sign
that
two contracts for like maybe
he's
4
staying.
years.
So that's some good news, I would say. But also, I know you guys are playing Brentford, but next week you guys are playing United, right? Now,
Yeah, yeah.
I will say
Man
this, right?
United, I'm not.
What do you think about the game against United? Because I know it's United, and I think you guys are playing away. Are you guys are away, right, for that game?
Yeah.
Okay,
We are
and
going
that's
to
the
the shite.
problem. And that's unfortunately been a problem for you guys, especially under Ten Hag. When it comes to playing United, the issue is playing them away, playing them in the Old Trafford. That's where the problems is. And even though United do have issues, and I've been talking about it, I've just you could hear me talking about it. Like it's actually gonna be very, very hard because you guys are no different. Like I know you guys maybe might have a few better players than them, but still, regardless, I do believe that you know it's gonna be very, very interesting against United. What do you think?
United, for me, United, forget the fact that they are rubbish. Those guys, they have some mad voodoo in their stadium, bro. I just think, like, bro, they'll play absolute rubbish for like the whole game and they'll just smash and grab and they'll just get a goal. Last season, all the games we played at the stadium, we played them in the league, we did not win one. Because in Anfield last season we drew 1-1 with was it 1-0-0? We drew 0-0 with them and somehow we couldn't score a goal. And at that time we were winning and scoring like 3 goals every game. They came over and they were on bad form and we couldn't score them. At Old Trafford, it was a draw and we nearly lost because it was like we're leading the game, we're comfortable. Then all of a sudden, Kwanzaa just makes like a mistake, and Fernandez just chips the ball from like I don't know 30 yards and scores. And then Mainu scores again, and all of a sudden we have to get lucky to score to get a draw. And then in
Yeah.
the FA Cup, they had to play them again, and then we lost the famous game where we lost 4-3. So it's
Mhm.
like for some
Yeah.
reason, I don't know, maybe with the change of manager now, I think we have a good chance because the way this guy plays is far. People say it's similar to Klopp. I think it's far different.
No. Yeah, me
I
too.
think it's far different. He's more technical. He's not. You know, with United, I feel like they usually counter us, or they usually try to get their opportunities on counter. But if you notice with this guy,
Mm,
he's also much more focused on defense. So he wants
right.
his defenders to be very alert.
Mm,
So none of those situations where Trent Alexander will be sleeping on the ball, or Konate will just be absent minded. With this guy, you always have to be ready. So that's why you see in the first game, he's like 45 minutes, he subbed up Kwanzaa because he's like, bro, he's getting bullied by the other guy,
mm.
by the striker from Ipswich. And he brought on Konate to fix the issue. So for me, right, so far, he's looking like he's more ruthless. He's not going to, he's willing to change his tactics if it's not going the way he wants the game to go. So for United, I think based on our results, he can also influence our result today. Can also influence how we play because if we beat these guys comfortably, then we have much more confidence going into that game. And United now, since they lost this game, they will be they will be looking for some sort of confidence booster to boost their in front of their fans and stuff. But I think we can beat them as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I
You know
think
what? I will never not say that Manchester, Liverpool don't have a shot against United. Now, my issue was that going to Old Trafford, and also the thing with United is that United are coming in bad form. And I'll say this about you guys every time you play United, right? Especially under Ten Hag, you guys always play them when it seems like they are not doing well. You understand what I'm saying? And uh, and basically you have confidence, and that's just all Liverpool fans, right? We get confident and say, well, United are doing well, and then they just somehow, some way, always manage it either to win or to draw. Now, the thing is, right? I've already used. Did you see the Brighton game against United today?
yeah, I saw it. I saw it. I watched it. It was
What
a
What did you
strange
think
game because
about the
both
game?
first half it was 50-50 game. Like Brighton were good, but Brighton were not able to string the passes together properly in the first half. Maybe they were trying to understand what tactics United were doing, and both teams were kind of like when nothing was happening in the first half. Then the second half, Brighton became far better. They should have scored more goals. They should have created more chances, but they didn't. They didn't have the final ball. But I think it was a well-deserved result. United had like 5 minutes in the game where they wanted where what was his name Ahmad scored the goal, and then they want to score a second goal. It's in the space of 5 minutes, right? So
Right.
for me, I feel like outside that 5 minutes, United played absolute rubbish, and I don't know why they keep getting so gassed with all these new signings and all these players that they're buying. For me, all these guys like none of them move the needle for United for me to take them seriously enough. Because
And
who did they
and I
buy?
agree with
The,
that.
the, the,
No,
the fullback is good.
I
The
100%.
guy
Mhm,
Mazraoui is good because I
mhm,
rate him from Bayern Munich. Right, he's a solid fullback.
mhm.
But the league, I'm not sure. The other guy is 18 years old. I've not seen much of him, so I don't know what he's going to look like. And then they want to buy this Ugarte guy who I think is average. So
Who do they want to say? Oh, Ogate.
that's from PSG, yeah.
Okay,
So
so my honest opinion when it comes to United is this, right? You see, when it comes to United, right? I think that Xerxes is a good signing, but is he the signing that they need? I don't think he is. What I think is this, right? You see, when it comes to United, right? They were very, very good with like some of the signings. I think Delict, maybe you may not rate him. I rate Delict very well, right? I don't think he's the same player that
but
we
why
might
are
have thought he is.
all this club?
But he is a solid
Why is
center
why
back,
is it,
huh?
why is this? Why are all the big clubs selling him from Juventus to Ajax, from Ajax to Juventus to Bayern Munich? Why are they not keeping him in this so good?
So when it comes to Juventus, I think it was more to do with his finances. He was one of the highest paid players there, so they wanted to get rid of him. Now, when it comes to Bayern, I actually have like a Bayern Munich fan who's on my channel here, right? And from what his opinions of Delict was, he believed that Delict was actually one of their better defenders. There were other defenders who were actually poor. Now, I don't know, maybe
Because
Vincent Company didn't like him.
There's a guy who shows how ahead of him.
I mean, yeah, that could be true as well. But my point is this, right? You see, when it comes to Delict, right? I think that he's still a good signing. I think that He's good enough for them. With Lisandro, Lenny Yoro, and Delict. I think that basically pushes guys like Maguire out of the team, which is something that they need to do. United need to do, right? But when it comes to their team right now, right, the issue is that attack. That attack doesn't have goals in it. Like Rashford is washed. He's washed. He's finished, right? Bruno is overrated. If he doesn't score a penalty, he's not doing anything in the game. Mason Mount, don't even get me started. I don't even know what that guy is good at, right? Ahmad is a very good player, but he's not a goal scoring winger, right? What's his name? Anthony, bro. I've already said what I had to say about Anthony. I'm not saying it again. Who else? Xerxes. Xerxes is a good striker, but is he gonna hit the ground running? I don't think so. He still has a lot of time to grow, right? Hoyland, another one. He's not a good striker. He's not gonna get them the goals, right? So my thing is this: Manchester United have. I don't see where their goals are gonna come from this season, and that is what is scary for them. Like this is why it's big, because you said it yourself. They created chances, but they couldn't score. It's the same thing against Fulham. They had chances in the game, right? They had like Garnacho. Like, I even forgot to mention him. He's so awful that I didn't even mention him. He's another one who's not going to do anything this season, right? But look at him in the game against Fulham. Look at the chances that they missed. Look at Bruno Fernandes, the chances that he missed. Like, this is the point. They can create chances all they want. They don't have the finishes. And that is why it's peak for United fans this season. Because I know a lot of United fans do believe that. Like, I've already spoken to Flawless. Flawless doesn't think, he's wondering where the goals are going to come from, right? You got some other fans who are saying some fans are more optimistic than others. But realistically, when it comes to United, it's peak for them when it comes to goals. Where are their goals going to come from?
There's nobody going to score. Man United's defense is not that good. So
for me, their defense is not the issue. Like, honestly, out of their whole team, right now, I don't know about last season, but this season, I think that them signing Lenny Yoro and Matthias de Ligt actually does well for their center back area. The defense is good. It's not as bad. I believe that their attack is where the issues are. I think defensively they are good, and in fact, I still believe that.
In my opinion, the attack is probably one of the worst in the top six, because if you look at those guys, they have all those players, they have all the name, but they don't perform on the field. For example, you see this Fernandes guy. People always tell me, "Oh my God, he's a chance creating. He's this, is that. He's like Kevin De Bruyne of Manchester United." And I'm like, bro, what? I watch this guy week in, week out, and all I see is that he gives bad passes, and if he doesn't give bad passes, he cries to the referee. So it's like,
bro, I've already said what I have to say about him. I've already said what I have to say about him.
In preseason, everybody's talking about, how he's going to score 30 goals, or he's so sharp in preseason. When the season starts, he doesn't perform. Why is that?
Because he's
and you cannot say he's the manager. You cannot say he's the manager because he has gone under like 4 or 5 managers and he's still the same now.
No, that's true. No, listen.
Anthony,
United fans who watch him. You see, United fans who go to watch the games, right? Because I speak to a lot of United fans, and United fans will tell you, bro, if he doesn't score, like, you know what it is with Fernandes. Fernandes is one of those players. I call him. He's the modern day footballer. He is the stats guy. Like, he's the guy. Anytime you talk to anyone who rates Bruno, and you ask them, why do you rate Bruno? They will always bring the stats of, do you see he scored this amount of goals? He has this amount of assists. Bro, do you actually watch this guy play? Like, I've watched Bruno Fernandes play, right? Like, they be talking, like, bro, I've heard some people talk about, like, his heat map. Like, he does this amount of runs in the team. I'm like, bro, like, it's crazy, like, how much these people are so desperate to prove that Fernandes is good. They will just pick up all kinds of nonsense.
They've invested so much stock, they've talked so much about the player that they don't want to accept that, okay, maybe the player is not what I thought he was, right? Because when he first came, he started very strongly. He scored like 10 or 11 goals in like a few games. And everyone was like, oh my God, what is...
But how many of those were penalties?
Yeah, exactly. When on that Ole, when the first brought Ole, where they were singing Ole's at the wheel and all this rubbish. So he was scoring goals every game. And they was like, oh my God, this is the new best player in the Premier League. But now, after like 4 years or 5 years, they are realizing that, bro, this guy is average player, bro. He's average player. I said, if you take away the penalties,
I've spoken to
It's the
United
same.
fans for years. United fans, many United fans who I really like, some of the fans who I'm really listen to. None of them rate Fernandez. They did not rate Fernandez when he was scoring all those penalties. They didn't rate Fernandez then, and they don't definitely don't rate Fernandez now. Let me tell you something about Bruno, right? You see, Bruno, I've never rated him since he was a Sporting. Like when he was a Sporting, and I used to look at his numbers, I used to tell people, bro, where is his position? He's the number 10. Okay, so what is he? Is he like a goal scoring number 10, all of this stuff? Bro, I swear, right? I when he went to United, I only watched him for 5 games. I said, yeah, this guy is trash. Now he is.
Exactly.
I literally said it. I was like, bro, this guy, if he doesn't score a penalty, I literally don't see him doing anything. Like he's literally he's trying to do these Hollywood passes that he's trying to, he thinks he's De Bruyne. He's trying to do these Hollywood passes, right?
Yeah,
To
outside of the
absolutely
Villa
no
pass.
one, right?
Today he did
And
like 5 triple passes and didn't pull any of them off.
and and this is the thing, bro. He thinks he's Pogba, bro. He thinks he can fling the ball from out of nowhere. Like my point is this, and I was seeing him doing this back in like the pandemic, and I was sitting there telling people, I was like, bro, this guy is not good. This guy's not good. Like I can see, like, and people were like, bro, what are you talking about? Don't you see his stats? Dude, this guy's got like 10 goals in like 10 games and all of this nonsense. I'm like, bro, fuck off with this fucking goal scoring nonsense. Okay, bro? Because you know what it is, Daps. A lot of these footballers fans today, bro, they don't watch football. They just wait for the result to be over, turn on their phone, and then check what the score is. Oh, Bruno scored. Oh, let's check his stats. Oh,
That's it.
he got this amount of goals today. He got this amount of passes. Oh, wow, he had this amount of his percentage in pass percentage is at more than 75%. Oh, he had an amazing game. He was definitely doing well. That is how the fans are today, bro. None of these fans actually go and watch these players on the TV, right? Sit down and actually see these players play.
That's
And
what
that's
I'm
the thing
saying.
with
Even for
Bruno.
Liverpool,
Hmm.
you see on the Liverpool team, everybody's talking about, oh, Darwin Nunes this, Darwin Nunes that. I always say, bro, this Darwin Nunes, I don't know how he made it to professional. Explain, how did he make professional? Because when the scouts are coming to watch a good player, they'll say, okay, how's your first touch? How's your dribbling? How's your ball control? How's your finishing for a striker, right?
Hmm.
So how did any group of scouts go and watch this guy and tell me that this guy is a professional player that can play at the top level? How? Do you see the amount of open goals that this guy missed last season? I was watching a Twitter compilation of the amount of big chances Salah created and Nunes and Diaz wasted. Bro, I couldn't believe it. We would have won the league easily if we had better attackers last season.
Yes.
And yet we bought out this guy for 85 million record signing for Liverpool, 85 million striker, missing open goal. Explain.
Let me tell you something about Darwin Nunes. Let me tell you something about Darwin. You see, when Darwin signed for when he signed, I promise you, bro. When the day I heard that he went to Liverpool, I said, bro, this signing is not gonna work. It's literally one of the worst signings. Like, don't get me wrong. When he was at Benfica, right? He played under a system at Benfica which suited him.
He only
He
has one
wasn't.
good season at
He
Benfica.
wasn't. No. Let me land that. See, when he was at Benfica, right? He was playing a different formation.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing like the fluid. Like how Firmino played for Liverpool back in the day and all of this stuff, right? He wasn't
Yeah.
that guy. So when he joined Liverpool, I was telling people, I was like, bro, this is the most uninspired signing. Like, he is never going to work at Liverpool. It was never going to work. From the moment he
You know
signed,
why they bought him?
who
You know what?
watches anyone who watches Darwin Nunes before he went to United, went to Liverpool, said, "Yo, this is a terrible signing for Liverpool because he is not a Liverpool player at all." There's certain
No,
players don't work in a system. Ivan Toney, as good as he is, I don't see him doing well under a club Liverpool. You understand what I'm saying? Because even though he's a very skillful player, he's not going to do well. I don't think somebody like a Osimhen would do well under a club. Even though he has pace, he's one-dimensional. You understand what I'm saying? Right? There are certain number nines that don't work. Like the thing with what's his name? Darwin Nunes. He's a old-fashioned number 9. He's not the guy that's gonna do all the running. He's just gonna be in the box. He's like Peter Crouch. You understand what I'm saying? Right? That's what he is. That's what he is, and that's what he was for Benfica when he was playing for them. He wasn't the guy that was moving around. He just stood in the box and then they just gave him the ball. And that's why if you saw him when he was playing for Liverpool, every time Salah had the ball, he kicked it, and then Darwin Nunes had to run to get the ball. And by the time he got into position, he was kicking it everywhere apart from the
worst
box.
part of that? You know what the worst part of that was when we bought Darwin Nunes, right? I think Darwin Nunes was a club signing. They asked him that summer. You know that was the same summer that Manchester City got Haaland, and we're just in a title race with them, right? So Man City bought Haaland, and then Liverpool, because they're like, okay, we need a new striker. Mane is leaving. We need to replace Sadio Mane, right?
Yeah.
So we need to. And Man City bought one of the best strikers. So they said Klopp should pick a striker which he wants to pick, and that's one of the reasons why I'm like, how did Klopp see this and go for it? Because at the time when we bought Darwin Nunes, Isak was at Sociedad. They said Liverpool inquired about Isak at the time, but they said they don't want Isak because he's injury prone. Can you imagine that? So because they don't want, and that
Isaac
summer
would
we
have
had
been
already
a
played.
way better signing, bro.
Imagine we
Isaac
have
would have done so well at Liverpool. You know what it is? Even though I don't think Isaac is a kind of club signing. I think he's more open. Like his style of play, his footballing IQ might actually work for you. Let me tell you something. You see, when it comes to guys like Haaland, you see Haaland, right? Even Haaland doesn't work under a Pep team. But this is the thing with Haaland. Haaland is such a deadly goal scorer, right? That a team like City can afford to have a Haaland in their team. So Haaland can literally play a game and do absolutely nothing. Like I'm talking about, if he doesn't score, you won't even know that he's on the pitch. You understand what I'm saying? But this is the thing with Haaland, bro. He doesn't need to do any of those stuff. He doesn't need to pass the ball. He doesn't need to do movement. All he needs is for him to give him the ball in the box and let him cook. You understand what I'm saying?
The top goal is considered.
Yeah, I did.
That was a crazy goal. There are very few strikers that can score that kind of goal today in football today.
No, let me tell you something. You see, when it comes to Haaland is an old-fashioned number 9, and he's the best in the world at number 9. Goal scoring striker, right? Let me tell you something. Goal scoring striker, Haaland is the guy. He can score any goal. As long as he sees the net, he can score any kind of goal. You understand what I'm saying? Now, apart from goals, if you want him to do anything else, he's not doing it. This is why when you look at Haaland when he plays for his country in Norway, he doesn't have he doesn't have that luxury for his country. You understand what I'm saying? That's why anytime he plays for Norway, even though if you look at his record for Norway, it's crazy. Like I think he has more goals than games, or he has the same amount of goals as games, right? But at the end of the day, the rest of the team is trash. Like I know Odegaard is there, but apart from him and Odegaard and maybe Oscar Bob, the rest of the team is trash.
Oscar Bob is just...
Yeah, but Oscar Bob is still Oscar Bob is young. Solot is also there, but really their attack is all they have. They don't have they have Sander Berg in midfield, but really apart like the thing with Norway is I'll talk about that, but I don't want to make this about Norway. But my point is he doesn't have the players at Norway that he has for City. So at City he can go missing for 90 minutes and then have one chance in the box and then score. Like he can only have 3 chances in a game and score all 3. That's how clinical of a striker Haaland is, and that's why no matter what happens, he will always do well in the team. Now, Darwin Nunes is not as clinical as Haaland, not even close. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's not as clinical as Haaland, he's a donkey. If he doesn't score, he's doing nothing in the game. You understand what I'm saying?
Useless.
But yeah,
very useless. Which is why I want Diogo Jota, because I see what I'm noticing with Liverpool fans for some reason. They all like Nunes for some reason. They all always want the chance. Oh, Nunes this, Nunes that. I'm like, look, if Diogo Jota is fit, Nunes can come on in the cup games or in any of these, meaningless games, and then he can do whatever he wants, right? Or in the serious Premier League games or Champions League games where we are playing. For example, tomorrow if I'm going to play Real Madrid at the Santiago or I'm going to Bayern at Allianz, not start Nunes. I don't want to be seeing Nunes playing the front line. You want to give Diogo Jota or you buy a new striker. Because, for example, now if we had bought maybe Osimhen or Gyökeres this summer, right? You have two top strikers, Jota, Osimhen, or Jota, Gyökeres. You can go to Bernabeu knowing fully well that you have a chance that your striker will not miss an open goal for the only chance you might get in the game.
Right. I'll be honest
Exactly.
with you. You
So
see when it comes to strikers, right? I think that on I said this on the club, but I don't know how a guy like a Tony would do on the what's his name on his slot. But I think that
yeah,
you guys do need a goal scoring striker because listen, don't get me wrong. You see, when it comes to Darwin Nunes, when Darwin Nunes was playing in the Copa America, he was actually pretty good in the Copa America. But you see the system that he plays for Copa Uruguay under
did you
Bielsa.
see the semi-final? One of the reasons why they got knocked out. He missed all the chances they created in the semi-final.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, he
yeah,
scored
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
goals.
Exactly.
But
He
the
did,
semi-final
but that's
against
the thing.
Holland, he missed all the
Yes.
chances.
Mhm. No, he did. Don't get me
So
wrong. I'm talking about his overall tournament, right? He did score a few goals. However, you're
he
right.
scored against
In
some
the
weak
game, in the game against Colombia, he was actually extremely poor, very poor. Like
yeah.
I agree on you with that when it comes to uh Nunes. Like he was very very poor. But listen, I'm gonna be very very honest with you guys. Right? So, what is your expectation this season? What do you expect this season so far? If you guys stay like this, what are you expecting? Like,
Saying that, I think we can get second place at this because you know why? I'm not second place not because our squad is good, but just because I think this manager, I rate this manager. I like his football philosophy, and I think the players we have right now, some of them might suit his football better than showing club. So I think he can improve on some of these players. For example, Salah is doing very well now in this new system. He's getting more involved in the game.
right.
And if you see
Mhm,
some of our midfielders like McAllister is
mhm.
not supposed to be an engine, running up and down kind of midfielder. He's a technical player. So whereby they want to keep the ball, they want to pass it, and they want to create chances, right?
Right.
And for Trent Alexander-Arnold, any football is gonna do well as far as attacking is concerned for any kind of football. So with this new style, I feel like it depends on how quickly our players adjust to this new style of play. And so far, so good, it's looking like they are adjusting quickly. So if they continue to do adjust quickly to this new style of play, then I think we can get second place. But second is the highest. I don't see us. We've not done enough to go and surpass Man City and score like 90 plus points and win the league. It's going to be tough.
So, honestly, the thing is, right? I even though right, I do believe that you guys will get to four. I think that you guys are more likely to finish third for me. From what I've seen so far, I think that it's gonna be my honestly right now. Right now, see, I know the transfer window is not over yet, but for me, I would say that City are still favorites to win the league, right? I think
Yeah.
that Arsenal, for me, I do believe that Arsenal do have a better team than you right now. It's debatable,
Yeah.
but I still do believe that they do have a better team than you. I think that you do have a great team, and I think that the team that you guys have now could help you finish third. Now, for fourth, it could be anyone. I'm being real. Like it could be Villa, it could be United, it could be Tottenham, it could be Chelsea, it could be anybody. Like I don't really know.
And
I'm just gonna go out on a limb. I'll probably
uh,
I'll but it really depends. It depends what I see tomorrow from Chelsea because I know Chelsea lost against City and it's City. So I would like to see what they do tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
But yes,
The thing with
but
Chelsea,
speaking,
Chelsea is going to take them a lot of time to settle down. You know why? Because they have all these players, but the manager needs like a month or two to figure out what his best 11 is. Because right now they bought Neto, they've just bought Felix, and they are probably going to buy Osim. So they buy these three new attackers. They have Pedro, Neto, Nkunku, Jackson, Palmer, Madueke, um, Osimhen, right? So he has to
right.
pick out of all. And if you look at their midfield, they have a lot of options there. So it's going to take him like a few weeks into the season to get adjusted to what his best 11 is and what players he can rely upon and stuff like that. So that's why I
Mhm.
think Chelsea might not start as strongly as everyone expects.
So I'll be honest with you, right? When it comes to Chelsea, I'll be honest with Chelsea, right? Chelsea is a very interesting one as well because you know how I basically talked about United having like so many attackers but don't having a good defense but very terrible attack. I think that when it comes to Chelsea, their attack is actually not bad. Like Jota, like what's his name? Neto is great signing. If he's fit, he's one of the best wingers in the league. I think that what's his name? Jean Felix, if he works, he could help them. As a Barca fan, I know he did he was inconsistent, but we'll see how consistent he is when he is there. Um, Nkunku, is another one I'm looking forward to seeing this season. I would also like to see how they if they get in Osimhen how he does, because I don't think Jackson is that guy. You understand what I'm saying? Now you're right. I
Yeah,
do
okay.
believe that they need to improve. And listen, who knows? By the end of the transfer window, maybe you guys might be able to sign someone. Maybe you might sign a midfielder or a striker, or maybe both. Who
So there's
knows?
only 5 days. There's only 5 days. After this goalkeeper, I don't think we're signing anybody. We're only going to sell players. That's how bad the owners are. They go into the whole summer and they did not purchase any players. What Fabrizio said at the start of August, he said Liverpool expect to be busy in August. So far in August, all we've done is sell. We've not bought anybody.
Right.
We got linked to Zubimendi. He rejected us, obviously. And since then, they're like, okay, we're not going to do anything anymore. So I don't know how you can run a business like that.
But speaking of sales, now I know this season I don't really expect you guys to lose any players this season. However, next season is going to be very peak because apparently, you guys have a lot of players whose contracts are running down. So Trent is one of them. You've got Salah who could potentially also leave. You have Van Dijk as well. Now, when it comes to Trent, now we know that when it comes to Trent, it seems that Madrid might be looking at him in the future, right? What are you worried about Trent possibly joining Real Madrid maybe next season in 2025?
I'm a little bit worried, because Madrid, if you look at Madrid right now, they are slowly building for the next generation. And if you look at Madrid right now, the only position that it looks like they would need or they need a cover for is right back. Is the last position, right? Because left back, I know they said they were looking at Alfonso Davies, but Mendy is still young.
Hmm.
So Cabal on the other side is like, I don't know, it's like 36 now, maybe 34, 35, 36.
Hmm.
So Madrid are going to be looking very strongly at that position right now. So I'm actually very worried about that, which is why I'm like, and you see all these Bellingham and Trent pictures that are floating online. It's not a good sign.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what I think these players are doing is that they are waiting for the club, and they are also waiting to see how well we'll do this season. If we do well this season, maybe go find the Champions League or go find the league, then maybe they will sign a new contract. But I'm not too confident about that for Trent, because if Madrid come with a bid for Trent, it's going to take a
Right,
lot to keep him at the role. Because this I mean, if you put yourself in this position, right,
right.
you're playing for this club at 24, 25 now, going into your prime, and you
Mhm.
see your owners are not buying any players to compete with the best in the world.
Right.
Whereas you can go to Madrid, where you can be spraying passes instead of spraying passes to Darwin Nunes, you can spray passes to players like Kylian Mbappe,
Mbappe and
Vinicius,
Vinicius.
and Rodrigo. You'll be
Right.
getting assists, all the assist records. You will be breaking all of them. So you're thinking, bro, I have to go, and they pay you more money as well. Probably gonna give you bigger contract. So you have nothing and you won at Liverpool. You won every trophy possible at Liverpool already. So in this
Mhm.
in this position, if I was in this position, it's gonna take a lot of convincing for me to stay.
No, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. But also, we can also say the same thing about Salah because obviously I know it's been quiet, but Saudi is still lurking when it comes to Salah. I'll be honest with you. I can see Salah leaving as well. I can see him going to Saudi because let's be honest, Salah is going to be 33 next year, right? So he's at an age now where he's going to want to settle down and maybe get basically the last big move of his career where he can make money. And also, I'll be honest with you. I believe that the Salah to Saudi makes more sense than the Trent to Madrid. And I'll tell you why. Because Salah is Arab. He's from that side of the world. I know he's Egyptian, but he is from that
But
side of the world. If he goes,
Saudi,
what? Yeah,
the thing with
Saudi.
Salah is that Saudi are always going to be available for Salah, and whenever he goes there, he becomes the biggest player. So
But that's the thing. But that's
it's,
the thing. I believe. But this is why it's important because remember, like I said, Salah's contract is running down, and Liverpool are gonna want to get some money in for Salah. And this is why I'm telling you should be worried. It's not about I know that Salah the option is there for him, but for
yes.
Liverpool,
But I think
if
Salah
they
will
get
sign
a
like a
keeper,
one or
if
2
they
year contract extension.
but
He
that's the
might
thing.
sign a
If they
1 or 2 year contract extension. After that, then he will go to Saudi. That's what I
I'll
think.
be honest
He
with
will
you.
leave
I
one.
can see I can see him leaving next summer. I'll tell you why. Because I think next summer, the following summer is his last year of his contract. right? If
Yes.
if a Saudi Arabian club offers Liverpool 100 million or 120 for Salah, they're going to accept it because they're not going to get that offer again. You understand what I'm saying? Especially for a player whose
Mm.
contract is running out in the summer, in a year, so he could still leave and go to Saudi for free the season after, right? And like I said, it makes sense because the reason they will break the bank to get in Salah is because of the face that Salah is. Salah is like from that side of the world. He's gonna become the face of the Saudi Arabian league for the people over
Anyway, yeah.
there. You understand what I'm saying, right? And that's why I still believe that unless you guys pin him to a new contract this season, give him a new contract where he does sign it this season. If you guys wait until the next transfer window next season, I can see him leaving.
If they wait, then they are not serious. Then we already know they are not serious, but that's just some next level, next level incompetence.
But
So
that
I think
also
what they
depends
should
on
do
Salah. But see, that also depends on Salah because we don't know what Salah is thinking. You understand what I'm saying? Salah might
yeah,
be thinking because let's be real, Salah has already won everything with Liverpool, like you said, just like Trent, right? He's won everything with Liverpool, right? So at this point of his career, he might look at it as him maybe trying to just leave the spotlight. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe he feels like he's done enough and he might want to take a step back and maybe go somewhere where he can just
I feel like Salah because
retire
he's
quietly.
so close to all
Huh?
these big records. He's so
Mm,
close to all these big records. He might want to just break them before he leaves. Like he wants to be the enter the top 10 highest goal scorers for Liverpool. He wants
mhm.
to, enter. I feel like he might. You're right. He might play the season, but if they are able to convince him to a new contract, I think he's also open to the possibility of signing like a 2-year contract extension and then
Mm,
leaving to Saudi at the end. Because the Saudi clubs, whenever Mohamed Salah says he's available, they will always come for him, whichever.
mm. Yeah, when it comes to the other guy who I'm going to mention is Virgil van Dijk. Now, the Virgil van Dijk one is more interesting because I don't know where he would go if he was to leave Liverpool. You understand what I'm saying? Now I know like Saudi and all these teams will still be there if he's available, but I don't. I think he's more likely to probably stay. I don't know where he would go. That's the thing. You understand what I'm
I feel
saying?
like this Van
Because
Dijk,
I don't think
yeah,
Madrid will be after. Huh?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I feel like the
Yeah.
Van Dijk one is,
Mm.
you know why? Because he's the only one that's come out publicly and said that they have not offered him anything. So he's basically wants to sign. He's waiting for them to present the contract, but they have not brought anything to the table. So
But
which
they
is
have.
why I'm so wanting that is the case. If the player is publicly saying in an interview that Liverpool have not offered me any contract, but he believes the club will make the right decision, right?
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
skeptical. He's trying to understand what their position is at the moment.
No, I hear you. I hear that. And hopefully, we'll see what happens with that. Absolutely. But also there's some other players. Now, there's Luis Diaz, who obviously was linked to Barca, but I think that has died out now because of I think how much Liverpool are basically asking for him, right? But
Yeah,
do you s- do you see him going leaving the club anytime soon? Because you also have to remember these players also, which clubs are gonna want to sign them also? Are they being linked to other clubs? You understand what I'm saying?
yeah. I think he lives next to Luis Diaz. You know why? He has always said, his dad, they're always on the interview saying, oh, how their dream move is to go to Barcelona. And if you
Mm.
notice, Liverpool are planning already on buying this Anthony Gordon from Newcastle. They are looking at already, strongly looking at options elsewhere. We've been linked to Paraskelia from Napoli. We've been linked to Anthony Gordon from Newcastle. So we're linked to all the left wingers, which is telling me that, bro, Diaz, it might be like his last season for the club. Also because he's getting he's 28 or 29 now, so they are looking to move him on. I think for someone
Right.
younger, and he always expresses the desire to go play in Spain. So I don't see. I think that deal they might
Mhm.
eventually go for that deal.
We'll definitely see. We'll definitely see. So, are you? So you basically, your prediction for tomorrow's game is 3-1, right? Against Brentford. You
Yeah,
said
three
3-1.
one. I'll go with it.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Listen, man. Hey, man. It's been a great chat, Dabs. Listen, I'll be here every single weekend for the weekend review show. So if you want to come back here next week, make sure you come in. Okay, man. we'll
Yeah,
definitely talk more.
for sure.
Yeah,
But
man.
whenever I'm available,
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. You can come in anytime, bro. You can come in anytime. Yeah, man. Big up, my guy. Take care of yourself, bro.
have a good one, man.
Have a good one. Yeah, big up to my guy Dabs, guys. Go subscribe to his channel, okay? And Dabs, make sure put your channel link on the comments so that people can go subscribe to you, okay? Go and subscribe to him, my guys. All right, guys. Listen, this has been a long conversation. I'm probably gonna end it soon, but listen, I'm just gonna conclude with some of the games that we did watch today. Now, I've already talked. I was talking about Ten Hag, right? And finally, just before I leave, right, I just want to just conclude by saying this about this dude, right? This guy, like I said, reminds me so much of flipping Van Gaal. He's stubborn and hard-headed, and his ego is so ridiculous, right? How are you gonna have a player like Anthony do fuck all since joining United, right? But because he's your signing, he's your boy, he's your guy, he's your main man, right? You are willing to turn the other way for players like him. But when you have a player like Sancho, who's practically not even been on the field enough to even do anything wrong, you banish him out of the squad because you don't like the fact that he had the chance to respond when you called him out on live TV. Like, bro, this is why, right? I'm like, dude, I would never want this brother in my club. Fuck him. I don't care. Like, bro, I don't care how big it gets for Barcelona. I don't want to see my channel I don't want to see my club under this management, under the management of this guy, bro. I would hate him from the moment he arrives. Yeah, guys, go subscribe to his channel, guys. Go subscribe, because dude, this brother, right? Lord almighty. Big up, my guy. But seriously, when it comes to United, their troubles is ridiculous. They have so many problems this season. It's really peak for them. I'm actually sad. Like, I'm actually bad. I actually feel bad for them, bro. And I'm a Barca fan. Like, that's rich coming from me. But it just shows you how bad they are. But yeah, guys. Speaking of another game I would like to talk about, let's talk about this one right here. Next game. City. This is not a good news for United for the rest of the Premier League, guys. This is not good news. Haaland is in form, guys. Hat trick, bro. 4 goals in two games. Oh my goodness gracious me, bro! This is why they're gonna do five league titles in a row. I've already said this, bro. Who's gonna stop this City team? Especially now they've got in Gundogan. Bro, Manchester City, right? They're going to destroy this league this season. I swear to God. Like, bro, you've got United with their troubles, Chelsea with their troubles, Arsenal. Yeah, they've had their problems, but they're relatively fine compared to others. You got Tottenham in trouble, bro. Nobody in this league is getting near this City team. And look at the players. Their key players are actually doing well. Like, bro, look at this. Look at this. You got Savio. Savio's just come in and he's blended into the team and got an assist today. De Bruyne, bro, goal and assist. Like, bro, it's actually peak for the rest of the league. It really is. They've just gotten rid of. They just lost. What's his name? Julian Alvarez, bro. They don't need Julian Alvarez. They're fine. They're good. And then because this guy is back, and we know what this guy does when the season is about to end. We all know Ilkay Gundogan's time, bro. This brother, right, in the last 10 games of the season, oh Lord, wrap it up. Wrap it up. This is why, bro, they're gonna win the league. I've already said who's nobody's stopping them. Because look at the way they've started. I know people are gonna say it's just Ipswich, bro. Look at what they did against Chelsea. Nobody's stopping this team, guys. They speak for the rest of the league. Like this is a farmers league. This is the farmers league in football right now. I'm being that serious. No other league is like this right now. No other league. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this, guys. Bro, it's crazy. And they haven't even signed a lot of players this season. I think, is it Gunnar the only signing that they've had? I know Casavio was already their player, so he's come back from loan. But basically, that's really it. They have basically signed no one. And as far as Ipswich is concerned, listen, Ipswich have had to play City and Liverpool in their first two games. I can't really hold it against them. Like, we'll see what happens in their next game. But as far as this this City team is concerned, yeah, guys, kiss goodbye to any chances of winning the league. If you're an Arsenal fan, or if you're a Chelsea fan, or a Liverpool fan, Tottenham fan, Tottenham fans, yeah, like you guys ever had a shot. But yeah, kiss goodbye, guys. They're gonna do the 5p. And then guess what? If Pep is here next season, he's gonna do 6. Bro, when Pep leaves this league, right? He's gonna make this league look so flippin' easy. So easy. It's not even gonna be close. Ah, Lord Almighty. Anyway, moving on to another game. Today, we had Tottenham Hotspurs against flipping Everton. Now let's talk about Tottenham, okay, guys? I know Tottenham drew their first game against Leicester. Really didn't play too well. Very, very lucky to get out of there with a draw. If it wasn't for Jamie Vardy missing that great chance in the end, they could have lost that game. But they bounced back. Ibasuma with the goal. Son Heung-min with 2. Cristiano Romero back with a goal. What can I say? Good for them. They did very, very well. But Brennan Johnson as the striker, bro. I know Solanke is injured, but dude, this Brennan Johnson guy, who was asking me about Brennan Johnson? Like, there was a guy. Was it on Northside's channel when I was on Northside's channel? There's someone. Was it on Northside's? No. Somebody asked me in somewhere. Either it was in my channel or another person's channel, right? They were asking me my opinions on Brennan Johnson. Bro, they spent 50 million on Brennan Johnson. Oh, yeah. It was in Northside channel. It was Jacob, United Spurs of America, guys. Go subscribe to his channel. It was actually him. Yeah, Jacob, who asked me about Brennan Johnson. And I told him, bro, I don't know what this guy brings. Like, I remember him at Nottingham Forest. Like, he's nothing to write home about. 50 million for this dude. And he's playing as a striker? Like, bro, Son should have been playing the striker area. And I can see, and considering this guy is an actual striker, he's so trash that they literally played a player out of position to play as a striker over you, bro. Like, what does that say about you, brother? Like, you're so overrated. Like, I've never rated you ever in my life, so it doesn't really matter. Now I'll talk about Everton. I'm just taking my time. I'll get back to them. Just give me a second. But let me talk about this Tottenham team. It was a good win. And, guys like Archie Gray and Papa Sarr got into the team. Jet Spence is actually back in the team. Good for them. Good for him. But this Tottenham team is actually not bad at all. Like, if they get in, like, if Solanke comes back, I think that their team could challenge for top 4. No doubt. I can see them challenging for top 4. Easy. But let's go to the other side. I think this is the season, guys. I genuinely think this is the season that we're going to see Everton get relegated. I'm not joking. I think Sean Dyche is going to get sacked soon. He's going, you know what? I'm not a betting man. I don't bet. I'm not a gambler. But I'm gonna be very honest with you. I think he's gonna be the first manager sacked. But this Everton team is so terrible. They conceded 7 goals in 2 games. 7 goals in 2 games. And you didn't even score one. You lost 3-0 at home to Brighton. And you concede 4 today? Yeah. Pack it up. Pack it up. Pack it up, Everton fans. This season is gonna be peak for you guys. Very peak. I mean, so many players like in this, like this guy, right? Pickford. Overrated. I've never rated this guy, bro. I don't know what people see in him. Like, I know he's England's number 1, but honestly, bro, this brother, he is so ass. He's so awful, bro. And I like, how some of these people who would defend them will always say things like, but did you know that before he went to Everton, Pep was trying to sign him to basically replace Bro, who gives a fuck? That was you're talking about something that was over 10 years ago. Like, look at this team. Idrissa Gana Gay, bro. Back it up. You're done. Dwight McNeil. Probably the only player that actually performed well. Harrison was... Like, there were so many awful players in this team. I can't even say he was the worst. Calvert-Lewin, bro. This is a fall from grace. I remember when this guy was being called Calvert Lewandowski. You guys remember that? Like, this brother has fallen off. Like, ever since he started doing those fashion stuff, bro. He's never been the same player. Hey, man, listen. Not judging. I don't judge anybody. Do whatever you want. But yeah, ever since then, bro, this brother has never been the same. He might as well retire and just pack it in and just become a model at this point, bro. Yeah. But yeah, when it comes down to Everton, bro, they're done. I mean, it depends if they do sack Sean Dyche. If they sack Sean Dyche if they sack Sean Dyche by September, maybe the season might be salvageable for them. But if Sean Dyche stays till like December, yeah, they're getting relegated. Bro, they'll probably be bottom by December. By December, they will be bottom, dead bottom. They're currently bottom in the league right now. But yeah, guys, Everton, bro. And it's sad because Everton is a big club. And also, are Everton still a Goodison Park? Because I know they have a new stadium. Have they moved to the new stadium yet? Because if they haven't, like, I don't know. I didn't actually watch the first game, so I don't know if they're in the new stadium yet. But if they're not, then I think they will be joining the new stadium next season. So if they get relegated, their new stadium is going to be in the champion. Wow. Just wow. Just wow. But yeah, guys, congratulations to Tottenham getting back to form, getting the win. And it was a statement win. And as far as Everton is concerned, yeah, pack it up. Anyway, the final game of the week today on Saturday, we had the main event. Now, these two teams, all of them are being tipped for top 4 this season. One of them is being tipped for the league. Both of them are in the Champions League. Both of them have good teams. And in the end, one of these teams, the other was his bogey team. And that club's name is Arsenal. They were playing against their bogey team, against their bogey manager. A manager that always gives them problems every single season. And they stepped up. I mean, don't get me wrong. They were very lucky because I went back to watch the game because the game was live during the Barca game, so I could not watch it. But I went back to watch the game, and fucking hell, Watkins, bro, flipping hell. I remember I remember what was it a few days ago when I was in a live. I heard people defending this brother, bro, talking about how he's the next striker, this and this and this, bro. That was ass. He didn't really do anything in that game. But bro, Arsenal were very lucky. Like, don't get it twisted. See this scoreline. This scoreline, it's flattering to Arsenal. It really is. It's flattering to Arsenal. Look at this. And speaking of, Villa, bro, like, look at this team that they have. They have a very, very good team. Like, this is a very good team. Like, players like Emiliano Martinez, you've got what's his name? Polish Englishman. What's his name again? I always forget his name. Oh yeah, Matty Cash. Hopefully his injury is not too serious. We got Konsa, Pau Torres, Luca Digne, McGinn, who is a player I actually rate very highly. He's a very, very good player. Tillemans, another one who I rate. Amadou Onana, Bailey, Rogers, and Watkins. Watkins was absolute ass today. And bro, Arsenal were very lucky. They could have easily lost this game, but they didn't. They didn't. And that was thanks to this guy right here, bro. See this brother, right? This guy is better than every single winger that Arsenal has in their team. This guy is clear of every winger that Arsenal have. I don't care. He's better than Saka, bro. I would have him at Barcelona. He would start for Barcelona. Fuck that. Fuck. Nah, screw that. I'm tripping. This guy, if he was at Barcelona, he would be starting. He would be on that left wing. Left wing. Get Ferran Torres out of my club and bring this guy. This guy would start. He would play week in and week out. But this guy, every time I see this brother play, bro, every single time I see this guy play, he's always doing something. Like, it's actually incredible, like how consistent he is. It really is. Because he's really incredible, bro. So slept on, so underrated. Like, he doesn't get the respect by Arsenal club. Not the fans, because I know the fans rate him. But Arsenal as a club don't rate him, bro. They don't respect him. This guy should be starting over Martinelli. It's not even a debate. It shouldn't be a debate. But here he is. Here he is. Once again. Bailing out Arsenal Football Club. Comes from the bench and scores the opening goal, bro. Before then, they were getting destroyed. They looked like they were going to lose the game. And then this brother just comes in and boom. Bob's your uncle. Baller, bro. Absolute baller. Like, it's crazy. It really is. But it's not a surprise. Like I said, incredible winger. The best winger in the Arsenal Football Club right now. Now, speaking of other players, David Raya was probably the man of the match for me today. Because, dude, this guy saved so many chances. This is why I'm telling you that this 2-0 scoreline is flattering to Arsenal. Because, yeah, that was not a 2-0 game. That was not a 2-0 game, bro. Raya was having the game of his life today. He was. And you got Thomas Partey today. Scored the goal. But honestly, that midfield, like, bro, this formation is so weird because they make it seem like it was Timber and Partey, but I could swear it was Timber and Rice who were playing. I'm sorry, it was Partey. It basically for the formation looks like it was Partey and Timber, but I could have sworn that in the game it's actually Partey and Rice. Anyway, this whole formation nonsense is ridiculous. Anyway, Thomas Partey scored the goal, which is great. He got his goal. But to be honest with you, his all around game, nah. That midfield was being overran. Like Declan Rice and Thomas Partey did not have a good game for me. No. Mm-mm. Oh, I hope I'm like at the end of the day, a win is a win. They got the win. But they need to really, 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 really improve on this. They need to improve on their performance. And as far as Aston Villa is concerned, hey, listen, at the end of the day, maybe Watkins just had a bad day. But they need to improve. They need to improve. Because I'm telling you guys, the Champions League, you don't want to be doing this in the Champions League. You're going to get destroyed, bro. You're going to get destroyed. But hey, in the end, guys, Arsenal got the win, 6 points out of 6. All that they needed. And like I said, it's a statement win. You just played a team that is gonna, you guys are gonna be challenging you for the top 4 this season. And for any Arsenal fan that took that person, I don't give a fuck. A lot of these Arsenal fans are so petty. If you finish second, you're in the top 4, bro. There's no second place trophy. All right. If you finish second and another team finishes 4th, guess what? You had the same season. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if you're literally a point behind the team that finished 1st. You finish 2nd. It doesn't matter. So that's why I'm calling you guys a top 4 rival. So yeah, don't please, all any Arsenal fans who are watching, please don't come at me, please. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, this has actually been a very, very good show. I'm actually going to be closing out soon. I know I said I was going to talk about other leagues. I'll probably just talk about some other games in brief. Some games in brief. So another one I would like to talk about. I would like to talk about in the Bundesliga for a second, right? Because I did have a look at the opening game of the Bundesliga, which was Bayer Leverkusen against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, I actually got to watch this game. I went back. I was actually on my phone watching the game, and I also went to watch the Sevilla the Sevilla game against Villarreal, but I had the game on my phone. And basically the game started with a Xhaka powerbolt. I mean, it seems like that's the only goals he knows how to score. But yeah, powerbolt, thunderbolt by Xhaka. Florian Wirtz scoring right before halftime, and then they were with a 2-0 lead. And then second half, they fuck it up. And then Borussia Mönchengladbach come back. Bro, I remember talking to Steve, because I was not in his channel, but I was in the comments. I predicted 3-2, and guess what? It ended 3-2. Like Florian Wirtz scoring the winner in the night. Bro, like it's crazy to me, like how this club Alonso keeps doing this. Bro, why is it that they always score goals in the 90th minute, bro? Like somebody needs to actually go back and actually check how many goals has Bayer Leverkusen scored in the 90th plus minute. Because it's not normal, bro. They do it every time. People talk about Real Madrid and the 90-minute plus and all of that stuff. Bro, Bayer Leverkusen are the kings of that. Last season, they were the kings of that. Like every single time this club looked like they were about to lose, somehow, some way, by some miracle, they always found a way to equalize right at the end. Like I've seen this club concede 2 goals down, 88 minutes to go, 2-0 down, and then they literally come back 3-2. It's absolutely crazy to me how they do it. I'm really impressed. But listen, great start for them. I'm actually happy for them. They got the win that they wanted. Yeah, Dortmund also won the opening game. I didn't actually see this game. But yeah, that's really the game that I did watch. I know tomorrow Bayern Munich is playing Wolfsburg. I'll probably check on Zaire's channel to and also watch the game. But yeah, that's really all I can really talk about because I didn't really watch a lot of games this weekend, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, this has been an amazing stream. So this is gonna be the show I'm gonna be doing from now on. From now on, called the Football Preview Review Show. So we're gonna be doing this every single weekend. So next week, I'll make sure to do it in a broader way. So we're gonna have not only La Liga, we're gonna have Premier League, we're gonna have Serie A, and also we're not gonna talk about every result because I don't watch all the games, right? So we're gonna talk about the key results in the big games, like the bigger teams. So we will talk about that, and also just to be clear, it's not just gonna be just big clubs. It's gonna also be a how do I put it? It's gonna be any big result from any game. So even if it's a lower game and it was highly entertaining, I'll put it. I'll go to Liga Nosk to check some games as well. I'll be watching the Turkish league because right now the Turkish league looks very very fire right now. And also, like I said, there's going to be an open show. So if you guys want to get in and have your opinions on your clubs, you guys can get in and talk about your teams, guys. So yeah, guys, this has been an amazing show. We've been here 2 hours, man. I didn't even realize I was going to be here this long. But this has been an amazing show, guys. Remember, guys, like the video, subscribe, and peace, you guys. Take care.